is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a 101 video on how to apply false eyelashes. I have gotten a lot of requests for this video, specifically from like my friends in real life, but I just feel like it's one of those things where I've had to change, like my process I've had to change over the time that I've had to do my makeup to see which way works better for me, and it works differently for different people, but I wanted to share with you guys how I personally put on false eyelashes. And then a couple things really quickly before I get started. If there is like a weird like indent line on my forehead, it is because I just got home from work and I was in the pilot plant all day today, and I make food, I package food, so was wearing a hairnet all day and it leaves an indent on my forehead on days that I do have to wear a hairnet, so that is that. Also, I do want to do a Q&A video sometime in the month of May, maybe June, depending on when I accumulate like enough questions to do a Q&A video, so please feel free to leave a comment here on YouTube, message me on Instagram, all that good stuff to ask me questions, and I will hopefully feature your question in my Q&A video. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So first, I want to talk about the different types of lash bands, because I feel like sometimes people think they're bad at applying false eyelashes when in reality they're maybe not picking up a very easy kind of eyelash to work with. So let's just talk strip lashes really quick. This is one of my favorite eyelashes. This is the Cara Lashes style Wispy, and this has a really thin band. It is mostly clear except for where the lashes tie onto the band, and this is what I will be showing my tutorial with today. The eyelashes that you don't want to start with when you're a beginner is really thick black bands. So something like these two styles, it actually doesn't really bend, instead it creases in like weird angles, and they're really stiff. They're not comfortable to wear, so I would not recommend anything with a band that is like really dark and thick and it just looks very stiff. So I've zoomed you guys in quite a bit to hopefully give you guys a closer look. And so talking about lash glue, my favorite eyelash glue is this Duo adhesive. This pink lettering, pink packaging is the dark tone, and then the blue lettering or blue packaging is the clear adhesive. I have the blue one somewhere. I can't find it, but we're gonna make it work. I have like, I don't know what brand this is. This is also a clear lash adhesive, and I'm going to do one on each eye to sort of show you guys what that looks like. But my favorite is definitely the Duo lash glue. This probably looks really weird, but I went ahead and popped on black eyeliner onto this eye. I will be using the dark adhesive. So this Duo product over on this eye, and then the clear product over on this eye. If you are not doing upper liner, I would definitely recommend using clear lash glue, and then if you do have black eyeliner on the top, I would recommend the dark lash glue. So starting on this side with the dark adhesive, let me see if I can show you guys here. I am putting a dollop of this on my hand, and just about this much. I know a lot of people want to just squeeze this onto the lash band. Don't do that. You will 100% get too much glue on your lash band. Next, a lot of people like to use tweezers. Some people like to use their fingers. I just recommend using tweezers because they are presumably smaller and thinner than your fingers, and therefore will let you see what you are doing. So I am just taking my tweezers and I'm removing the eyelashes from the package. You always want to remove it by grabbing like the actual, having a hard time with my camera today, by grabbing the actual band and not the lashes. So as you can see, the lash band itself is clear, and to apply glue onto the lash band, I like to just drag it right through the dollop of glue. And I hope, I'm trying to turn it so you guys can see, but you just want to make sure that there is an even distribution of glue along your lash band. Don't dip it in so far. You just want to make sure that there is glue touching all of your lash band, that there aren't really any gaps. More glue does not always mean it's better, because it can goop up on your eyes and make it worse. So with Duo lash glue, you basically, with any lash glue, you want to make sure that it's tacky before you try to put it on your eyes. So different glues will take different times to get tacky, and you just have to sort of play with whatever glue you have. You can also blow on it, like I do that a lot, or wave it around. And then when it starts to get a little bit tacky, the goal is when you like plop this onto your lash line and you remove your tweezers, like it stays in place. It doesn't want to slide around or anything. It does take longer than you think. 15 to 30 seconds is usually pretty standard unless you get like a really fast drying glue. So I always tilt my head back like this. That way I can see myself in like the mirror that I have, but I can also get a clear view of my lash line. So the way I like to do this, so I like to go in. Notice that I did not put on any mascara. I did not curl my eyelashes because you don't want to be doing any of that because it'll just get in your way of putting on lashes. Once you get better at lashes, then go ahead and do all that good stuff. But you don't want your lashes like curled so far up that this is having trouble applying to your eyeballs. So I personally like to come in from above, and I like to touch the center of the lash to the center of my eye. And my glue was not tacky enough, so it's not staying. There. So just the center is touching, and I take the outer corner of my lash and I pull it towards the outer corners of my eyes to get it aligned. And I just press it into the lash line. And then the inner corners of my eyes, basically I do the same thing, and I go through and just touch it to the inner corners of my lash line, and hopefully it stays just like that. So hopefully that was clear. And this is a lot easier than the clear side because when you have black eyeliner on, if you're not perfect in sticking it super close to your lash line, nobody can tell. So what I like to do is I like to grab my lash and just push it into my eyelid to make sure that it's really nice and stuck there. And at this point, you can go ahead and then apply mascara if you would like. I have black eyelashes. To be honest, I just skip mascara all the time when I do false eyelashes because then it's easier to maintain your lashes and it's cleaner without having to get all that mascara off. Also, one thing I forgot to do before I just went and like stuck this on my eyeball, I know this pair fits my eyes because I have literally like hundreds of these, but if you have smaller eyes, you might just want to measure how the lash fits on your eyeball first before you go at it with glue. So if you pick up the lash and if you just hold it against your eyes, you can kind of measure like, okay, this will fit. If you're a beginner, I would recommend starting with like half lashes or 3/4 lashes first, where like it adheres to the outer edge of your eye, but then it's only long enough to go like here. The closer you go into the inner corners of your eyes, the more uncomfortable it will be. I would recommend, you know, if you have a full lash like this, just cut it. Like cut it so that it's shorter, and I would always cut starting from the outer edge because the lashes are longer on the outer edge. So my clear lash glue, this is not like the squeeze kind like my Duo was. This is like this little wand tip. I personally don't really like this application. Duo also sells an adhesive that is in this application. It's really just personal preference, you guys. But for this kind, and I'm going to see if the camera will focus here, but you just want to put the glue onto the lash band in like a very thin and even layer like we did on the other one. So once you have like a nice even coat on your lash, basically same thing on the other side. You wait for the glue to get tacky, which I have not used this glue for quite some time, so I actually don't remember how long it takes this one to get tacky. So here we go. Again, I like to tilt my head back. So you want to make sure that you go basically right on top of your lashes, especially when you're using a clear band with no liner, because it will show. So again, I touched the middle of my eyeball first, grabbing the outer corner and dragging it out and sticking it onto my lash line. And then I will grab the inner corner and stick that on as well. So the reason I always do the outer corner first is because when I touch my lash to the middle of my eyes, it's not always exactly center or like the position that I want it to be in. And so if I go and do my outer corner first, I will like physically pull it down and stick it to the outer corners of my eyes. That way I can make sure that the inner corners of my lashes won't be too far over. And now that this side is dry, what I like to do is I like to take my eyeliner again and I just like to go over the lash band again. That way the glue actually, even the dark one, but definitely the clear one, dries a little bit shiny. So you want to just go over and color it. That way it helps dull it down and just helps fill in any parts that you missed. So I hope this tutorial was helpful and that it helps you sort of put eyelashes on. Like I said, everybody has their own way and my way might not be the best for you, but if you've struggled with eyelashes or you're totally a beginner, definitely give this way a shot and let me know how it goes. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys are awesome. Let me know again if you have any Q&A questions for me, what you'd like to see from me next, all of that good stuff, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!